All right. Hello there, Acres of Diamonds community. My name is DJ Ligori, and I'm here with co-founder Scott Gibbs. And today we are on Daily Diamond number 35. And this is a follow-up to our podcast that we did this Tuesday, where we had on Ginger Sorensen. And Ginger talked a little bit about a traumatic event that she had gone through regarding losing her best friend, as well as her arm in a car accident. And she touched a little bit on resilience and toughness and surrounding yourself with good people. And she even had a little moment of vulnerability. She even got a little emotional with a story that she was talking. But as you know, the Acres Diamonds community is not shy to a little bit of emotion. So today we are going to do a follow-up on that podcast. We're going to have Scott weigh in a little bit on his thoughts regarding Ginger's comments. So what are we thinking, Scott?
I loved actually the story that caused her the vulnerability. She mentioned being at the pool one day and seeing a little 9-year-old girl without a leg, and it kind of snapped Ginger out of her own head and out of her own set of circumstances into, oh my gosh, if she can do it, without being self-conscious, then I can do it.
Yep.
And that was one of the stories. And then the other story she had that, someone helped snap her out of her own head and into a more empowered mindset was when the girl from Brockport, Dodie, contacted her and said, look, Ginger, I've been through something really, really similar, and it's going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Right? It's going to be fine. You're going to date. You're going to do the things you've always wanted to do. It's just going to take some time. And, having those people enter your life at a time when you need it, it was really, really interesting to hear Ginger navigate that. And I'm so glad she shared the story about Dodie. I'm so glad she shared the story about the 9-year-old girl, because it puts everything in perspective, right?
Yeah, it really does. And I loved how she talked about surrounding yourself with people who support you. She had mentioned how her family was pretending that they had one arm and trying to do everything with one arm. I mean, right. It's those little things that make a world of a difference in someone's lives, especially somebody who's lost a limb and now has to literally think different and do things differently than they did before. So I think something important too is what she said about, the people who we surround ourselves with. I think you've said before, we're an average of the 5 closest people in our lives, or we're a sum of them, or something along those lines. And I think that's totally true. I mean, I think about it all the time. Who are the 5 people who I surround myself with in my life, who I think are the biggest supporters of Acres of Diamonds, or some of the things that we do. And it really does propel me forward. It really does help me feel like, all right, I'm doing something good, or we're doing something that could possibly help someone. And in Ginger's perspective, I think she even connected it a little bit to toughness. How, waking up each day, the sun's going to come up and you have to wake up and go do it and go figure it out. So I think that was refreshing to hear. I think I think maybe at times we all might fall into ruts at times, or we might not be firing on all cylinders. And it's up to us to realize we're going to go to bed and we're going to wake up the next day and we're going to attack it. We have to, because our time here is limited, just as Ginger almost realized, with her friend in that tragic event. So, I've heard before too. My sister said some of the toughest people that she knew couldn't do one push-up. And that's one of my most favorite lines I've ever heard in my life. And Ginger, I don't know if Ginger could do a push-up, but she's probably one of the toughest people I know, especially with the way that she carries herself through her stories and her vulnerability. I think that's what, we ask people, what does toughness look like? I think Ginger just needs to look in the mirror.
I have nothing to add on top of that. I think that was a great way to end, DJ. Thank you so much. And I agree.
Yes.
Take a look in the mirror, Ginger.
Take a look in the mirror.
That's what toughness looks like.
It does.
Thank you, Acres of Diamonds community. That is Daily Diamond number 35. Have a great week.
See ya.